First question, the President of India can summon a session of the Parliament at such place as he or she thinks fit. Second statement, Constitution of India provides for 3 sessions. Constitution of India provides for 3 sessions of the Parliament in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. Okay, there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet in a year. First, basic static knowledge, what do we know? It is the President who will summon. Yes, President of India can summon a session of the Parliament at such a place as he thinks fit. This is our correct statement which has been picked from the static syllabus. Inondu, Constitution of India provides for 3 sessions. We know that there are 3 sessions. Which are those sessions? Budget session, monsoon session and winter session. But we know that there are 3 sessions in the Parliament, but is it being mentioned or provided by the Constitution? It is not provided by the Constitution. It is a parliamentary convention that we practice this. Parliamentary convention andre we do it because of the practice. It does not have a legal backing in law or it does not have a mention in the Constitution. Third, there is no minimum number of days that a Parliament is required to meet in a year. This is also correct because Parliament is not been restricted or guided by the Constitution of or any law that you need to meet for a certain number of days. This is one of the biggest criticism that we can write for ineffective functioning of the Parliament, that there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet. So Parliament ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, in the year 1951 first Lok Sabha, first government form ಆದಾಗ every year they used to meet over a large number of days, but in the recent years the average number of days that the Parliament is sitting happens itself has reduced. It has come very close to 50 and 60 days in a particular year. So this is one of the drawbacks. So what is the static things which we can learn? President can summon a session and this power of the President is given by the Constitution itself under Article 85 clause 1. So President summon ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಲ್ಲ. We need to know whether that power has been given by the Constitution or by law, or do we do it because of the parliamentary convention. So President power, it comes under 85(1). Now summoning gottu, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ adjournment Sunday, prorogation, we need to be aware of this. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? adjournment ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, adjournment Sunday ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. prorogation ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? President ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. We need to know this. And this is one of the important traps which UPSC gives. The Constitution of India. Traps ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಂದ್ರು I'll try to highlight in purple ink. Constitution of India ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, we need to make a very good note of it. Is the grounds for the impeachment of the president given in the Constitution, or is it only the term that has been mentioned? Is the ground for the removal of High Court and Supreme Court judges mentioned in the Constitution? So all these things we need to know. Is the procedure for the removal of High Court and Supreme Court judges mentioned in the Constitution? No, it is mentioned in Judges Enquiry Act. So ಯಾತ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾತ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, we need to be aware because UPSC recurrently has picked this theme and it has asked so many questions over the years. So constitutionally about the 3 sessions mention ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, it is a parliamentary convention. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ this is a recurrent theme. So Constitution of India ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ what has UPSC done? It has given the wrong statement because most of the things has been briefly mentioned in the Constitution. It is not mentioned in detail. So most of the time Constitution of India provides for this or mentions explicitly and ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ statements wrong ಆಗಿದೆ, but every time that may not happen. So we need to be aware of the little bit of things which are there in the Constitution, right? Also this thing that there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet. So this also we need to know. Other thing that we need to know, we know that there will be a sitting in the monsoon session and there will be sitting in the budget session. So between any 2 sessions of the Parliament, more than 6 months ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. Means the gap between the 2 sessions has to be less than 6 months. In simple words, if we tell, it is mandatory for the Parliament to have at least 2 sessions in a year, because a year will have 12 months, so 6 months kin ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So yearly at least 2 sessions ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು of the Parliament. and whenever the sessions is been held, we do not count when the parliament is been adjourned for more than 4 days, right? So we'll move ahead. This is what I wanted to tell. Article 85 will give you the power for the president to summon each house of the parliament, and the constitution does not provide for the 3 sessions to happen. In every year, there is no minimum number of days that the parliament is required to meet. Same thing which I told.